Hey all, it's Chris and I'm here to film the How I Read tag. I was tagged by my friend Erin Dillman. You should go check out her channel. I'm going to have a link to it down below. And it's only 8 questions, so hopefully I can film this in a reasonable amount of time and it's not very long, like some of my things get, because I ramble. But here we go. The first question is, how do you find out about new books to read? Usually it's Goodreads for me. I do find about some things from BookTube, but really mostly it's Goodreads. I seek out a lot of queerlet, so I was looking through the different lists for upcoming books on Goodreads. I'm looking at reviews for books that are not spoiler-free reviews and things like that. So I usually, if I come up with like a new book that I want to try out, it's usually from Goodreads. How did you get into reading? I got into reading in 5th grade from we had a librarian named Miss Bright, and she introduced me to fantasy and sci-fi. She introduced me to fantasy with the Circle of Magic book series by Tamora Pierce, which I absolutely loved, and she introduced me into sci-fi with The Angel Factory by Terrence Blacker, which is still one of my favorite books. These 2 books kind of got me really into reading, and I just didn't stop after that, essentially. So how has your taste in books changed as you've gotten older? I don't know if my taste in books have changed that much as I've gotten older. I feel like I started reading a lot of queerlet even before high school. Like it was in elementary and middle school. If I could find some, I'd read it. In college and in high school, I also got into a lot of classics, reading some classics. I really got into Shakespeare. I read so much Shakespeare. I really love Shakespeare now, and that really was influenced from my college years. So yeah, I think it's developed, but it's still the same. Like I still love the Circle Magic book series. I'm still reading the Circle Magic book series. I still read middle grade sci-fi sometimes if I feel like it. So it's like I've added more to my repertoire, but I haven't taken anything away really. How often do you buy books? I don't buy books very often at all. I've never been a person who buys books very often. A lot of my reads I do from the library, not necessarily from the library, but from Overdrive, the Overdrive Chicago Public Library section. They have so many books that I'm always just putting things on hold and reading them on my Kindle or just on the computer and listening to audiobooks from Overdrive. So I don't buy books very often at all. In fact, I've bought books once this year myself. Usually if I get new books, it's like from finding them or people buying them for me. So 5, how did you get into booktubing? So I started my booktube channel about a month after I saw my first booktube video. Once I decided I wanted to do something, I just kind of do it. I was super getting excited for Heroes Olympus. I had pre-ordered it, and I saw that there was like these videos on YouTube where people were like doing these unboxings, and then that went from there to finding out that people do book reviews and things like that. And literally about like 4 videos in, which were all unboxing videos, I was like, I am going to start a booktube channel, and my first things on the channel is going to be my review of Heroes of Olympus when it comes out. So a month later, there I was on YouTube doing booktube. I didn't think about it, I didn't plan it, I just did it. How do you react when you don't like the end of a book? It really just depends on the end of the book. Usually, if it's a book that I've liked a lot up to that point, it's very disappointing usually. I'm kind of disappointed. If I'm reviewing, I try to talk about the things I did like and then go to the thing that I didn't like about the ending. Usually it's just disappointed. Or if it just completely tanks something, like it's just, you know, it's it's frustrating, okay? How often do you take a sneaky look at the back page of a book to see if it has a happy ending? Never for that reason. If I'm going to skim back to the end of the book, that's because I've already quit the book. Like, I've already decided it was a DNF, like with We Were Liars. I got about 5 chapters in and decided I didn't like the characters, and I did take a sneak peek of the rest of the book just to see what the hell the mystery was about. If I'm quitting something, I have no problem just skipping through the rest of the book to just see what happens really fast. Number 8, how many people are you going to tag, and who are they? I think I'm only going to tag 2 people because I only checked to see if 2 people have done the tag. I'm tagging the Madhouse, and I'm tagging the Great Library of Jake, because I believe you 2 have not done this tag yet, and it would be cool to see your answers. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, you should totally like it. You should subscribe, because that'll be awesome. And I'll see you all in my next video.